The scripture says, "Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my victorious right hand." Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. God has chosen me, not because I deserve it, but because he loves me and he wants me. Just like the covenant he made with Abraham and Israel back in Genesis 12. We, the people in the church today, are God's representatives to the world. We are to be the salt and light of the world. We are ambassadors for Jesus Christ. I guess I'm getting old. I went home from church last evening and I ended up watching the Great Britain Cook-Off, or the Bake-Off, or Great Britain Baking. And there these three people were competing for the prize with their little cookies and their little sponges and their little custard and their little creams. And I was sitting there for I don't know how long with my tongue hanging out. I guess that's a sign of old age. But I find myself watching a lot more of these cooking shows. Of course, I watch Gordon Ramsay, Kitchen Nightmares, where he's invited by the owners to spend a week in a failing restaurant with the attempt to revive it and bring it back to the good old days. And the first thing that he will do when he goes to the restaurant, he will order 3 or 4 or 5 items from the menu. That's almost one of my favorite parts of the show. When they bring him out, item after item. I've even seen him pick up a piece of food and wring it out, the grease, and he would squeeze it in his hand and he would wring out the grease. He would try to get rid of the grease, but the food is usually terrible, overcooked or undercooked. And I've watched him take his hand and squeeze the grease out of the food. I've watched him spit it out and say rubbish and a few other choice words. And then he would ask the question to the young waitress, "Is the food fresh?" Of course they would say yes. "Is it frozen?" Oh no, sir. Was it in the microwave?" "Oh no, sir." But the owners are usually shocked when Ramsay sends the food back. "Rubbish. I can't eat it. Why would you feed this garbage to your guests? Is it any wonder you're losing thousands of pounds?" And they're shocked, and the seats are empty, and the restaurant is failing, and they're losing money week after week after week, and the cooks think, "We got the best food in town." And he's looking around, garbage, rubbish. And then after a little period, the light comes on. And they realize, maybe we don't have the best food in town. Maybe the food is not as good as we think it is. So he goes to the refrigerator and he starts throwing things out. He goes around, he says, "Look at the dirt and the garbage." He throws out all the freezer burnt stuff. And he looks at the chef or the cook and he says, "Would you eat this stuff?" And he says, "No." "Why are you serving this to your guests?" Then Ramsay hits them almost every week with a big one. The test question. They look around, the place is empty. There's no money, and the food is rotten, and the kitchen is filthy. And he asks the question, "How has this been working for you? How is this working out for you?" You know, it's the same with people that I meet almost every single day. Their life is a wreck. Their finances is upside down. Their relationships broken. Don't get along with their children. Don't get along with their ex. Their life is in turmoil. And when I ask them, have you thought about Jesus? They look at me with a strange look on their face. What did he say? And I'll ask them again, have you thought about the little verse, seek ye first the kingdom, and all the rest will be added unto you? Is there any room in your life for Jesus Christ? And then they look at me and they say, what did he say? He insulted me. And they feel shocked. What did he just ask me? I'm asking you, is Jesus Lord of your life? Why did he ask me that question? And here's my question to you. How's your life been working out so far? How is that working for you? You see, without Jesus, I believe it with all my heart. Without Jesus, there is no real life. Without Jesus, there is no hope. There is no assurance. And there is no promise in Scripture, when you do take Jesus, Lord of your life, that everything bad will turn out good. He never promised us a rose garden. He never promised us a bed of roses, but in his word he did promise. He says, Jack, do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, and I will uphold you and help you with my victorious right hand. I love this verse. What is it saying? The very fact that God is with me 24/7, 365 days out of the year, knowing that God is on the job 24/7, 365 days a year, gives me assurance. Folks, we all have our crosses to bear. And no matter how heavy you think your cross is, open your eyes. You don't have to look far to find someone else whose cross is heavier. My question again, how has your life been working so far? Is God the God of your life? Is there room in your heart for Jesus? Or do you feel like the folks at Ramsay's restaurant? Do you think everything's just fine? The food is wonderful. How's that working out for you? May God bless you.